everybody, it's Imogen and welcome back to Colouring Kid. So, before I start the actual video I wanted to include this clip because I won't have this colouring with me when I do my completed pages video. I'm actually not sure when this video will be going up. I will probably put something up on my community tab closer to the time because I'm actually filming this clip right at the beginning of July because I've just finished this page. And as I said, it won't be with me at the end of the month probably. So this page was for Effie Colours Egyptian colour along, and the only page that I could find was in Worlds Within Worlds, but she gave me some suggestions of other books, which was very kind of her, and I completely forgot that the Escape to Shakespeare's Wonderland, not Wonderland, World, sorry, this one by Good Wives and Warriors had Antony and Cleopatra in it, so I decided to go for this one and I absolutely love it. I printed it onto Faber Castell sketch paper, which I believe is about 160 GSM, and I based it all with markers first, as you can see, and then I went over with Prismacolor pencils. I drew in the hieroglyphics in the background, which was really fun. I haven't done that since about year 3 or year 4. We did a huge Egyptian project and I had so much fun. And then I used loads of gel pens. So I've got glitter gel pen, Pentel Hybrid Gel Metallic, a Jelly Roll Gold, a Uniball Signo Gold, and yeah, that's about it I think. So I really enjoyed doing this one. It's something a bit different. I wouldn't usually use a colour palette like this, so it's really good to get out of my comfort zone. And that's what I really appreciate about Effie's colour alongs, because there have been a number of times where I wouldn't have coloured a page if it wasn't for her colour along, you know, such as the Monsters in May. I probably wouldn't have coloured that Halloween double spread because, you know, it's a huge detailed spread, and it was one that, you know, I would have been saving for Halloween and would have never got round to. So, you know, I'm really thankful for that. And the reason that this is on a PDF is because I'm actually going to send it to her as my way of saying thank you, because I absolutely love all her colour alongs and all that she does for us in the community. So she is on Instagram, so if you haven't followed her, please go and show her some love. She's got some amazing colour alongs, so, and she does them monthly. But yeah, I really hope she likes it, and I had such a fun time trying to replicate this. I found some pictures on the internet that I tried to copy in terms of colour palette, because there was one that was literally exactly the same as this, and then I kind of went with obviously a tan skin tone that was kind of, I searched up Pocahontas and tried to do kind of her tanned tone. I did do a base of markers for her skin as well, and I actually found that it helped, you know, then layering the pencil over. But overall I'm so happy with this, and as I mentioned, I actually put this in my colouring vlog. I started it and then finished it the next morning, so I'd say it took me a few hours, but I did complete this one at the beginning of the month, and I really like it. So I hope that you like it, Effie. You might even have this by the time this video goes up. It's really weird filming and then, you know, talking about the future, but yeah, this is my first completed page for July, so I will get on with the rest of the video now. Hi everyone, so I've got another clip to show you, and this is something that obviously won't be with me when I do my video, and this video that you're seeing now is up early because I'm going away on holiday, so I won't be able to do it when I usually would. So this is a picture that I've done for some friends that we're seeing on the way to our holiday, and I drew it first just with some pigment liners. I can't remember what they're called now. I've got them here. The Staedtler ones. Sorry, I'm just trying to get it out the pot for you. Yeah, Staedtler pigment liners. I think I used 0.2. And yeah, so I drew it first and then I photocopied it because I was really happy with how it turned out, and I wanted to make sure that I could still have one for me, and also I can photocopy it as many times as I like now, which is great. And it did photocopy really well, and the ink didn't smudge too much, so I did a base of marker and actually blended with the marker quite a lot. I'll show you there, but it didn't come through that much either. And this is De La Roni smooth heavyweight paper, and it's 220 GSM, so it's a really lovely quality. And this is the paper that I'm doing my Joker picture on, so it's great for colour pencil as well. And yeah, I basically did some blending with the markers as well, and then went over with my Tan Mitt glitter gel pens, which is my 48 set. And I was inspired by the front page on Joanna Bassford's Drawing Wonderland's book, because in each corner it's kind of a separate part of her book. So obviously it's kind of garden, woodland, forest and sea. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to do, and I haven't done drawing for quite a while, so it was nice to get back to doing something like this and actually creating all of it. So I think I will trim it down, and then I think we're putting it in a frame for them or something. But yeah, that's just another clip that I've got to show you. So because I'm doing the video early and obviously giving these pictures away, I won't have them, so I thought I would make this clip quickly, as well as the one before this. So yeah, now the actual video will start. Hi everybody, it's Imogen and welcome back to Colouring Good. In today's video I'm going to be showing all of the pictures that I've completed for July so far. Because we're going away tomorrow, I have filmed this video early, but I have figured out how to schedule it. So this will be going up on the 31st of July. That's usually when I like to put my videos up, either at the end of the month or the 1st or 2nd of the month that's following it. But yeah, I've scheduled it, so any pictures that I do between the 24th and the 1st of August, I will either tack them onto my August video, or I will make a separate video depending how many I complete. But yeah, I thought I would just let you know about that. And of course I have only completed 5 actual pages, and I've got some whips, but I also did do some pages as well, which will be in clips before the main part of this video. So there was a picture that I did for Effie, which I sent to her, and it was for her Egyptian colour along. And also I did a picture for some friends that we're seeing tomorrow. So technically I do count them as completed pages, but I don't have them with me to show you, so that's why I did the clips in advance. But yeah, let's just get started. So a whip that I'm working on at the moment is this, and Colouring Queen put up a post showing that there were some free downloads from this book that had come out, and it's a pointillism book. So it's a really intriguing concept for colouring, and so I thought I would check it out. And for any of you that want to check it out, you can go to her YouTube channel and go on her community tab and get the link to download it. But yeah, you get 3 free images. There's this snail one, there's 2 kittens on one, and also a dog. So I think it's such a cool way of colouring, and you can kind of class it as colour by number, except that it's colour by letter. So I tried it the other day and I don't think the camera can pick it up, but all of the individual grey bits that you can see there are actually all letters. So there's 5 colours that make up the whole picture, and it doesn't look like it from far away, which is really cool, but up close it is. So the 5 colours that you would need are red, yellow, green, blue and black. So it's a really standard colour palette, really easy, you know, pretty much everybody has them. You could use felt tips or pencil, you could really use anything, but I have just used some felt tips since it's really easy, you just put a dot. They recommend that you don't use any pen thicker than 1mm, and I believe the Trippers Fine Line is a 1mm, but I don't know about these Pentel felt tips. But yeah, it's so fun, and I started it a couple of days ago, and I'm not going to take it away with me on holiday, so it won't be done by the time I get back, but I thought it was a really fun thing to experiment with and try it out. So yeah, that's what I'm working on so far. So now moving on to my completed pages. So I did one from 100 Hugs by Chris Riddle, and you know me, I've done quite a few pages in this, and I did one a couple of months ago. This one, but the one I have done is this one, and these are well, a gingerbread man and a gingerbread woman, and I actually had so much fun with this because I was trying out some new pencils that Susan gave me. So I also showed these in the haul, in the Colour and Chat, but these are the Faber Castell Black Edition pencils. So I have mentioned them in that video if you want me to go more in, if you want to see how I go more in depth about them. But they are by Faber Castell, and the idea is that they can perform on black, coloured and white paper, and they show up, and they're really opaque and slightly more waxy than their other pencils, and they are amazing. I absolutely love them, and the colour range is useful as well. And yeah, so I decided to try them out on this page. So these pages tend to only take me a kind of half an hour maybe at most. Some of them obviously are more detailed, but it was really fun to just put pencil to paper with this and really just experiment with them, and they worked really well. And I haven't used a blender pencil or anything, and there's hardly any white space, so I'm really impressed with them. And obviously this paper is quite temperamental, so it's probably not the best paper to test them on anyway to begin with, but I wanted to see how they worked on this paper because the book that she gave me, The Art of Nature, obviously it is kind of that same sort of paper but not as toothy as this, you know, not quite paperback paper, but I thought that it would be good to try it on something fairly similar. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to trying out these pencils in the book that Susan gave me. So yeah, thank you again, Susan. I really enjoyed using these, and I really like that it also links with Christmas in July. So I only managed to get 2 Christmas in July pages done. But yeah, it was really fun doing that one. Oh, and I forgot to show you what was on the post-it note for that. So that was for Christmas in July, and also the tag Holiday Mix Up 2020 by Tonja Colours. So these are all of the tags from Instagram. So next we have Botanical Wonderland by Rachel Reinert, and I did my colour and chat with this page, and then I also showed my finished picture right at the end of the video. So the picture that I was doing was this one, and I was inspired by the Paul Smith colour palette, which is a colour palette that he created. Well, it's kind of his signature colour palette, I think, and he collaborated with Carandosh and made an 8 pencil set. So I don't have them, but I thought I would kind of make my own based on what the colours looked like to me. And yeah, I was really pleased with how it turned out. So these are the colour alongs that I did for this. So we've got the Summer Garden along by Crayoniverse_colouring, then Summer 2020 colour along hosted by Mangio Libri, and Summer Magic colouring hosted by Matilda Sisterista. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Lots of the themes for July were obviously summery, so I thought this one did fit quite well. So for this page I use, what did I use? Oh my goodness, Polychromos and Faber Castell Classic pencils, and I feel like I used, oh yeah, and I used a few of my Supra colour pencils. So I kind of wanted to tie in the theme of Carandosh, and I do have a 40 set of Supra colours with a few open stock. So I think I used like the Granite Rose for the flower, a couple of the greens for the green areas, things like that. But yeah, I had so much fun with this, and it didn't take long at all. I literally did it in a couple of hours in the afternoon, and obviously I did some of it on camera as well. When I colour on camera, it takes me a lot longer to colour than if I was just colouring, but yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun to do a colour and chat on it. And then apart from all of the pencil, I have used glitter gel pen, a gold jelly roll, a silver metallic Uniball Signo gel pen, and I think that's it. So yeah, I really enjoyed doing this one, and I really like following colour palettes for this book. So I haven't followed them, like some of these ones at the beginning I've kind of just made up myself, but I think because of kind of the Zentangle feel, which I absolutely love, I think it does suit having a colour palette for them. And I really do love this book, and I'm so glad that I've come back to it, because I have really missed working on it. And I think, I can't remember the last page I did, I think it was this one. No, it wasn't, it was the this one, and I did a Cath Kidston colour palette for this one. So yeah, I really like transforming a colour palette onto a page, and yeah, I had a lot of fun with that one as well. So that's Botanical Wonderland by Rachel Reinert. Okay, so for this month I actually completed 3 pages from Clara Marcova's books. So these are my only other completed pages, and then I do have some whips. So first we have Wonderful Enchantments by Clara Marcova, and this was a whip from last month, and it's this one. So this is my second completed page in this book. This was my first one, and I'm really glad that I've now got a few more pages under my belt for this, because it was looking a bit bare, and compared to Fairy Celebrations, I mean, I've done a lot in that, and quite a few in Fairy Miracles as well. But yeah, I really wanted to colour another picture, and I really love doing this one. It usually takes me a while to colour pages in Wonderful Enchantments. I'm not sure why, but I take my time with them. So there's a lot of colour alongs for this one, and lots of them repeat for another Fairy Celebrations page, so I won't bother repeating them. But for this, it was the Summer Magic colouring, which was on the last page also. July Summer Bugs, hosted by ShelleyRT.x. Summer Garden Along, which again was on the last one. Colour in a Bottle, hosted by Erotique_Arcus. Summer 2020 colour along again, mentioned before, and then we have Whipping the Whips 2020, hosted by Kate, Kate's Colouring Haven, and Sweet_Berries 2020, hosted by Julia13.tz. So they are all of the colour alongs, and obviously one of the main ones for me was the fact that it was Whipping the Whips, because I really wanted to participate in it, because I wanted to get a few whips done, and I always love it when Kate does it, because it does try and push me to complete more whips, because this one was a whip from last month and I really didn't have that much done, so it was nice to come back to it and actually complete it. So for this page I used Jelly Roll Glaze for all of the bottle, which is why it's shiny, and I also did it on the outlines of the bottle as well. And I had to buy some new Jelly Roll glazes actually, because it was running out, so I did have to wait until they arrived to be able to do the glaze. But I love using Jelly Roll glaze, it's so fun. And then I used a clear Jelly Roll glitter gel pen for the tag and lots of other bits on it. I used normal glitter gel pens, gold and silver gel pen, and also my pearlescent ink. So, oh, and a white Posca as well. So I also used fine liner on lots of things for bases and things like that, which was really fun. Oh, and the other thing I used was a blue glaze as well, just for the flag on the small boat. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this one, but I did have a lot of fun doing it. And if you want to see some of the progress that I did on this page, on my colouring marathon vlog, I was working on this in that particular week, and I didn't get too far on it, but I did make progress. And I think the cool thing with that week, even though I didn't get to do that much colouring, it was interesting to see my progress throughout the week. So yeah, this is how it turned out. So I was really pleased with this, and in terms of a colour palette, I don't think I've really got one, but you know, I kind of feel like for some of them I don't really need to worry about keeping it limited, because yeah, I kind of just, this one was a bit harder choosing the colours, that's the only thing I would say, especially for the fairy or the elf's outfit. It was quite hard to think of something that would tie in, especially since it was one of the last things I was colouring, but I had so much fun with this. And yeah, that's my page. Okay, and then we have 2 pages from Fairy Celebrations. So one of them you will have already seen before, quite a lot of it actually, because it was the colour along that I did for this month, and I had a lot of fun with this one. I am just going to show you all of the colour alongs that followed along. So all of the ones with stars are the ones that I followed for this picture, well, that fit with them, I guess. So for this page, you will obviously have seen on the colour along that I used Prismacolors, and only Prismacolors, which is really impressive for me because I really like to mix my pencil sets. So it was really interesting to try and limit myself to just using one set. Even though I pretty much have the whole set, I still have pencils from all of my sets that I'll gravitate towards and kind of can't colour without, but it was a challenge to just use one set. But for this page, apart from the Prismacolors, I used a Jelly Roll glaze again for all of these bottles, which are probably my favourite bit of the page. I do like how the snail shells turned out though. I used a grey Jelly Roll glaze, silver and gold gel pens, a Uniball Signo silver glitter gel pen, a clear Jelly Roll, and some other glitter gel pens as well. I also used fine liner, also either for bases or just for areas to fill in like the edge of her wings there. But it was a challenge, but I really enjoyed doing it, and I was so happy that I managed to get both parts up and complete it before we went away, because it would have been bugging me for a while having a whip for that long, because I'm not planning on doing any sit down, you know, proper type videos like that when we're away. I might do the odd kind of vloggy type thing here and there, but it would have been bugging me having this whip for 3 weeks, 2 weeks. So yeah, I'm so happy that I got it done, and I don't even feel like I rushed it really. I kind of just thought, right, I really want to get this page done so that all of you can have the colour along if you so wish to follow along. But yeah, this is the completed page. So again, if you do follow along with the colour along, please feel free to send me your pictures, because I would absolutely love to see them. And yeah, that's how it turned out. So there are also some colour palettes here which I that I experimented with, and I'm glad I've got them on video to go back to if I need to refer to them. So that was my first page, and then this was my second page, and I completed this a couple of nights ago. Yeah, 2 nights ago I think. So for this page, again, it goes along with the Holiday Mix-Up 2020 hosted by Tonja Colours. Christmas in July, Sweet _ Berries 2020, and also Colour Me a Fairy House, hosted by Passionista Colorista. And I really wanted to follow along with her colour along, because she always has some brilliant ideas. So for this page, again, I just used a mix of pencils. So mainly Holbeins and Prismacolor and Crayola as well. So I used Crayola for all of the gingerbread men and the gingerbread houses and a base for all of that. So it was really interesting using them, and I had a lot of fun, and they worked really well on this paper. And I had used them on the gingerbread men on this page, and I was really annoyed because I did this in December and I barely could remember what the colours were, so I managed to figure it out, and they look pretty much the same, I think. So yeah, I used Crayola for all of those bits, and then Holbein and Prismacolor for the rest. So I used Holbein for all of the background, Prismacolor for the snow, stuff like that. So I did have so much fun doing this, and it was a very detailed page, and when I first started it I was like, oh no, it'll be fine, you know, I'll just colour it, because there were so many things that I was looking forward to colouring on this page, like the candy canes and the mushrooms and all of the sweets and stuff. But actually getting to stuff was quite difficult, and figuring out what colours I was going to use was quite hard. So weirdly, I left the background until last, which is something that I don't usually do, but I had no idea what I wanted to do for the background, so I kind of just put it off and thought it will come to me at some point when I'm colouring. And in the end I went for this kind of sunset type colour. It's quite warm, obviously, compared to the snow and stuff, which, you know, I probably could have gone for a blue background or something like that, but I do blue backgrounds a lot, and I kind of wanted to do something a bit different. So in the end I drew a very faint circle to kind of represent the sun, and then kind of just faded out into a pink colour, and I'm really pleased with how it turned out. It is similar to this background that I did on this page, except obviously I added purple and more pinks onto that one. But yeah, for this one, I also used a clear glitter gel pen when I went over all of these icicle snow bits on the fairy houses. I used other glitter gel pens, a gold and silver gel pen, and also some glitter Poscas for all of these green leaves. And then probably my favourite accent bit, apart from all of the Jelly Roll glaze that I used on the jar and the cream, is the white Posca on these donuts. So I'll show you these ones because it's probably more visible. But yeah, what I did for this was I wanted to make it look like powdered sugar, and I have used this technique before and I really liked how it turned out. So what I do for it is just get a white Posca, which is a 5M, I believe, it's quite a big one, and I just put a few dots down and then get a cotton bud and go over the dots. So it obviously picks up some of the Posca, but it kind of moves it around and makes it more like paint. And then I went over with some other thinner gel pens just to add in some dots and things, and I really like this technique and how it turns out. So eventually when I do the other Christmas pages, and I know there's one with a Christmas, with a Yule log, I don't know, yeah, so I'll definitely do it on the Yule logs and things when I get around to it at some point. But there's lots and lots of Christmas pages in this book compared to her others, so you know, I'm not going to obviously get them all done in December, but hopefully I'll get around to at least one of them. But it was lovely to do one for Christmas in July, because obviously this back section of the book was looking quite bare because I'd only done the last page. I hadn't done any of the other Christmas ones, so it was really nice to work on this, and yeah, I just had so much fun with it. So that is my Christmas in July page, well, my second one, because obviously I did the one from 100 Hugs as well. Okay, so now we come to my 3 whips, which you've probably all seen already for the majority. I've got a whip in the Flower. In fact, no, you won't have seen any, you might not have seen all of them up to date, but I have done a whip video which will be going up on the 5th of August, because I've scheduled it for then. But the whip I have in here is this one, and I haven't done it any more since my colouring marathon vlog. I've done a bit more since you last saw it, because I think I'd only done a couple of the Everlasting Peas, but yeah, I've done a few more. You know, I'm going slowly with this, as you know, but I've got a lot more of the Everlasting Peas to do. I'm hoping that by the time I get back from my holiday I will have done all of the Everlasting Peas at least. But yeah, that's what I'm working on so far on this, and I really like doing wreaths, so you know, I am excited to get back to it. But this is from the July section, and I'm not bothered that I'll still be working on it in August, but yeah, that's my whip in here. I obviously have my 2 whips that I always have in this book, which I have shown in the whip video. But yeah, that is my first current work in progress. Next we have the Disney Dreams collection by Thomas Kincaid, and there's really no point showing you because I haven't really done much since, but all I've done here is kind of outline all of the black lines, and I was contemplating whether to take this book on holiday with me, but then I figured, well, it's going to be really annoying having to take ink and a brush and stuff, so I'm not going to take it, I don't think. But yeah, I've just done some outlining. I just kept looking at it and wanting to work on it, but I didn't. And I was working on a lot of whips because I had about 5 or 6 going at one point, and I was focusing on other things and I just didn't get around to it. But as I've mentioned many times, with this book, I don't mind doing the pages slowly because I really want to try and make it as accurate as possible, and I'm really pleased with how it's turning out so far, but I do want to take my time. So even if it takes me another 5 months, I don't mind, because I have really enjoyed working on it so far, and I don't think I will ever get this book finished, but it's absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, this is my Beauty and the Beast page. And then finally we have Ivy in the Inked Butterfly. So I'm not sure if I had started this last month, but anyway, this is my old copy and I'm working on the Wonder Room page in my new copy. So this is my first time around with this page, and this was one of the pages in the book that, you know, out of all of them, it wasn't one of my favourites in terms of how I coloured them. I love the illustration, it's very, very detailed, but yeah, I really wanted to improve how I coloured it, and I wanted to try and make things that should be a certain colour, you know, actually make them that colour. So obviously some of the things aren't very realistic, but you know, it doesn't really matter. However, the other thing I was conscious of was it just looked a bit pale, and especially with these light yellowy browns mixed in, I really wanted to change that and make it more of a darker brown. But yeah, this is my first time around with this page, and I really haven't done much since I showed it in my whip video yesterday. Obviously, when you see my whip video, it will be a lot further on in real life by then, hopefully. So this is what I've done so far. So the background is slightly lighter, and the floorboards I'm so happy with. It's my favourite bit of the page so far. So I really wanted to make them less of a pink colour and more of a brown, but still quite light. So yeah, I am so pleased with how they turned out, and I wanted it to be kind of neutral as well. And then I have done the desk here, which are in darker browns, more realistic for me. I'm really pleased with how it's turning out. And then I've also done the same browns up here. I haven't finished it yet. And then I'll probably do this bit of furniture, maybe a lighter brown. So all of the lighter browns that are on the desk, I'll probably do for the base of that, because I don't want them all to look the same. But yeah, for this I have used Holbeins so far, apart from the background, which is one Holbein, the warm grey one, and then putty beige to shade. But yeah, that's all I've done so far. So, you know, I haven't done much, and I knew it wasn't going to be done by the time this video came around. I just knew it, because it is going to be a picture that does take a while. But what I have kind of thought that I'm going to do, which again I think I mentioned before, is probably start these two pages as well, so that I have a few going on at once, because at some point it is going to get to me, you know, the fact that I've been working on this for so long and I kind of just want to move on. So yeah, I'll probably start them because I know what I want to do with it anyway. I want to have the frame the same colours as the butterfly, and I've coloured the butterfly before, so I do know how I want it to look, so that's, you know, that's a good thing. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with this at the moment, and yeah, I will keep working on it. It's kind of the whip that I'm currently working on at the moment, and I don't have any other pictures started, so it's quite a nice place to be in, to be able to start a few more pages if I want to. So yeah, that's what I'm working on in that book. Okay, and just to update you on my art project, so I showed it last month, and I think all I had done then was the main bulk of the face around his eye. So I have obviously done quite a bit of my colouring marathon vlog, as you will have seen, but now I have finished the whole of his face on the left side, and I've started the Joker side. So let me just hang on, let me just flip it over for you, because it's such a big book, it's ridiculous. Just bear with me a minute. Okay, so this is the one that I printed out, which I'm following. Oh, sorry, I just moved the camera. So yeah, this is the picture that I am referencing, and this is mine so far. So I haven't done a background yet, because I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the background. And my teacher said part of the process that you can do with this is to maybe photocopy it, maybe at least the top or something like that, and practice the background before you actually do it on this, because it would be really annoying if I was really happy with the, you know, him, and then I ruined the background. And I'm not sure whether I'm going to do water medium for the background or stick with pencil, because obviously there are two different backgrounds on this, and out of the two I would be leaning towards the green. But yeah, I'm not really sure what to do yet, and you know, it's that problem with, you know, even as us as colourists, we don't know what to do for a background sometimes, and it happens to me all the time. But yeah, this is what I've got to so far. So in the past week I haven't really done that much. It did take me a while to pick out all the colours for the Joker side, because obviously it's a lot more colourful. But yeah, I've done all the red now, which is good. And I had a problem with the red because it's such a, I don't know, it's very pigmented. When I was brushing off the wax bloom and stuff, it would kind of smudge a bit, but it's one of the colours that does smudge a lot, and it's really, really annoying. But yeah, now I've done it, so that's good, and I'm really pleased with how that's turned out. And I'll probably start doing the eye and stuff next, but I'm not taking this on holiday with me, so I'll have to work on it more. But the only thing I need to do is to realign the ears a bit, because the two pictures are slightly off in terms of them. The main thing I was focusing on was making sure to get the eyes in place, but the ears aren't, just because of how the picture is, so I will just move it up a bit. But yeah, that's what I've done so far. So I've used Prismacolors and a few Holbeins here and there, and I'll just give you a close-up. So I have tried to burnish all of it. There is still a bit of white space, but I went over with a cotton wool pad to smooth it out, and it's not quite smooth there. But yeah, in the past week or so I've done like all of his hair and stuff. So yeah, that's what I have done for this, and I've got until September to finish it, so that should be fine. And yeah, that's everything I've got to show you, I think. Hope I haven't forgotten anything, but yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Again, I've only done 5 pictures, but I've managed to still make it a 30-minute video. However, obviously I've had all of the whips and other stuff. It will actually be longer than that because I've got the other clips to put in, but yeah, that is pretty much everything. So I really hope you've enjoyed this video. As always, my links are in the description. Please feel free to comment. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video, which will be the whip video. Bye everyone.